Wow, the live thing took a while. Got that going. Okay, here comes everyone. Excuse me, live people. My hair is a mess. I don't care. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm going to keep everybody on mute just until it's your turn, because if I don't do that, there's an echo chamber that happens and it becomes really difficult and fast. I do welcome everybody to the Temple Municipal Court, and we have a number of cases that will need to be seen this morning. We're working on a regular docket for convenience. I think it's still good to have the Zoom option. We also have a contested docket, and that's on here by agreement. We can always schedule your case for an in courtroom meeting. So let me know if that's you, if you'd prefer. But otherwise, I'm going to assume everybody's good to go. I do want to welcome everyone. I'm working through a docket that I have, and I'm also working through a pretrial docket that I have with the prosecutor who is here. And I'll introduce the prosecutor in just a quick moment. But I did want to, I'm just kind of making sure everybody's connecting. And Mr. Matson, if you could unmute and just let everyone know your name and who you are, that will be most helpful.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ryan Matson. I'm the prosecutor for Temple.
Thank you. And I have a person here labeled Tiz, and I just want to ask you to unmute. I'm assuming that you might be Joshua Tisdale.
Judge, I apologize. I got a new phone and I guess the Zoom didn't keep my old settings. So
Fine. But I assume you're Joshua's at Tisdale. Is that right?
That's correct, Judge.
It's not a problem. I have a number of people, and that just happens to lots of folks. But
yes,
go ahead and have you and Mr. Matson break on out into that breakout room while I do some announcements, because those are announcements you've likely heard before.
Thank you, Judge.
I'll go ahead and let y'all get started. Why waste time? And Mr. Matson, I'll move you over there as well. And I'm letting in another person. So just real quick, I want to make some basic announcements that I think can be helpful. And I am Judge Person. One thing I want to highlight is this is a Class C court. Mr. Matson, is there an issue? I don't know if you're moving over. Maybe he's frozen. He'll move over. Okay. So I do want to just give some basic announcements. I think it's very helpful if we all just sort of get on the same page. So this is a Class C court. The items that are filed here, or the cases filed here, are Class C offenses. They result in the imposition of fines and costs. They normally do not result in any kind of jail time. The only time that you can have jail time for these kinds of offenses is if you default on a court order. So I'll be making court orders today, and we try to provide you with a copy of those court orders. I'll be confirming how we're going to do that. Sometimes I like a signature on them just so that I know that people got the information. Oftentimes that's not needed, but it's really my standard is to make sure that folks are not being put in a situation where they're held to something that they don't know what it is, right? So I like to try to confirm everything with folks. So you'll find that I will be pushing to figure out how we're going to get paper in hand, even though we're having the wonderful benefit of being online. And so I'll be doing that. Now, these are Class C offenses. If you're found guilty of a Class C offense, it results in the imposition of fines and costs. Fines are set by the judge, that would be me, and costs are set by the Texas legislature. And I'll be looking at a number of things if you're being sentenced. When I look at the fine, there is what is called a window fine, which is so that if a person calls in and asks a clerk, how much is this ticket? They're not being told, well, you have to have a court hearing first. So those window fines are there, and sometimes people just pay them. You're here in a meeting, which tells me that there may be issues or concerns or questions, and I can't give legal advice, but I can answer the what type of questions, right? What I can't do is apply the law to your case and tell you what you should do, how to do it, and so forth. What I can tell you are the options that are available and how things generally move through a courtroom like this one. So the next thing I want to talk to you about is, under state law, there are 3 options for entering a plea. And if you have not yet entered a plea, I'll be asking for your plea today. If you've entered a plea on paper and got set for a hearing, I'll probably be formalizing that plea this morning. A plea is an answer or a response to an accusation. Okay. And the ticket or summons that you received is the accusation, right? So if you're summons to court, it's on a complaint that was filed, and the complaint is the accusation. If you were stopped by a law enforcement officer and given a citation, that has basically a sketch out of a complaint. They're allowed to do that by the side of the road, and that's an accusation. When we give a plea, we are giving our answer or response to the accusation, and there are 3 options for pleading: guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If we enter a plea of guilty, we are saying, I admit this offense, and I will move into sentencing. If you plead no contest, you're not admitting it, you're not denying it, and I will generally accept that plea and move into sentencing. If you plead not guilty, I will accept your plea and start moving in that case toward trial. And we do have an online meeting option available for that. It's called a pretrial. That's meeting today, and you saw the attorney head over into that room to do that, because the attorneys already understand the plea options, and some of you may too, but I do like to get everybody on the same page. If you plead guilty or no contest, I'm moving forward with sentencing. If you've already been sentenced, we're talking about the sentence and whether there's a problem or an issue. Okay. Now, generally speaking, under the law, when you plead guilty or no contest, I find you guilty, it goes on your record, you pay the fines and costs. In terms of payment of fines and costs, I do look at income, and sometimes, especially at the beginning of a case, I can make adjustments. If a court order is not working, I can continue to make that court order work with the tools that the law gives me. The longer you wait when things don't go well with your order sentence, the less tools I might have available, but I will do my best to apply the law everywhere that I can and work on that with you. Okay. Now, as I said, normally you're found guilty of the offense. There are 4 exceptions in a Class C court, and a couple of them work a little differently here than they might in other types of courts. And if you've ever watched proceedings in other types of courts, of course, that's, part of our culture to watch those kinds of things. It might work slightly differently here. There's some tweaks to the law. So the dismissal options are, and I'm going to tell you what they are and just briefly how they work. And then we're going to move forward. I've got people as they logged in. I've got to clarify who a few of those folks are. But the dismissals are compliance dismissals, driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. Compliance dismissals are items that under the law can be brought up to date and dismissed. The law needs to specify that it can be brought up to date and be dismissed, or it can't be. I don't expect you to know the list, but what I will tell you is that in terms of the compliance rules, those laws say the judge shall dismiss if presented with certain items of proof. I will be looking to see if you have those items of proof, if you have something like that. I don't really see any of those on the list, but I'll be double checking when it's your turn, when I'm talking to you. Now, the second dismissal option is a driver safety course option. With the driver safety course option, you pay the court costs, the fines go on hold, you turn in the course, the proper course, the record, the proper record on time, and you get your ticket dismissed. But you do have to pay the court costs. The court costs, as I said earlier, are set by the Texas legislature. I can't change them. In the driving safety course option, though, it is cheaper to pay the court cost and pay for the record and the course than it is to pay the whole ticket. And that is by design, because we know that folks will drive better after they complete that course. So there's some things for you to do, but you save money and you keep it off your record. I will be looking to see if you're eligible under state law, because again, that law says the judge shall. So I will look and see. If you're eligible, well, I'll be asking you about it. If you don't want to do it, I can't force you. It's just an option that could be available. If you have questions about that, you're welcome to ask. It's your case. What I will say about that, though, is, again, I can't give legal advice. Before your plea is accepted, if you wish to meet with an attorney of your choice, you need to let me know, hey, Judge, I need to talk to someone. And that's fine. I will look for a different date when we can address the case, probably here in the court. Okay, I'm going to pause for a moment, this discussion, and ask Mr. Matson and Mr. Tisdale to go ahead and let me know where we are on the Leo Tisdale case. Where are we, folks? Y'all can.
Your Honor, if we could go ahead and get an in-person setting. Mr. Tisdale is going to receive discovery and discuss a couple options with his client. We might even resolve it before that next date.
Okay. So I'm actually going to set that for in-person and discovery. Let me ask, can we do that by October 24th?
Yeah, discovery can hopefully be provided by the end of the week.
Okay. And then that'll sort of guide the rest of that. But for now, I'm scheduling live setting for 10/24/23. We're all checking in at that point, making sure discovery's been completed and where we are on the case. Do either of you have any concerns or questions before I let Mr. Tisdale go?
Well, Judge, what time would that be? Because I have several contested family law hearings in the morning on that day.
It is at 9.
At 9.
Yes. Now we hold, we'll hold a place for you until we're done that morning. We usually do wrap up around noon.
Okay. I have 2 hearings at 10. I have a withdrawal at 9. I should be able to sneak in and get over and then back if possible. And I can talk with the courts over there also. And again, we may resolve it before court anyhow. So it may be moot anyhow. So that's fine.
The only thing I would say is that's fine. We'll work with you. Just keep us informed. When you're calling the court on that day, you're trying to get that message to Ms. Stotts.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're cutting in and out, but I think you were good.
And Judge, sorry. Well, one more thing.
With someone else.
I think that there was also a warrant issued.
That warrant is being recalled.
We were hoping to get that lifted today.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, that's being recalled now.
Thank you, Judge.
Just based on
Thank you very much. That's all I had then, Judge.
Yeah, based on representation, that's being recalled. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Are you good to
I think that's all I had, Judge.
Then you're good to withdraw.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Thank you. Attorney Winters is here on the Ethan Evans case. Mr. Matson is our prosecutor. Attorney Winters, I'm going to move you over to that pretrial meeting online, okay?
Good morning, Judge, and thank you.
Yes, sir. And good morning. So just back to our general discussion, I had talked about the driving safety course option. I talked about the compliance dismissals. And again, those are things I'm looking for, but you're welcome to ask about them. The third option for getting a dismissal is if you successfully complete a deferred disposition. To get into a deferred disposition, you have to make a request. So let me just back up and tell you, a deferred disposition, that word means delay. Disposition means to make a thing final. So I'm delaying making it final. If you give a plea and ask for a deferred and I say yes to it, then I delay making it final. I don't find the person guilty. I put the case on hold. I put a court order in place that governs how we get to the next step, which is a dismissal. It will list everything that you're required to do to gain a dismissal. You will have a copy of it, okay? If you complete your deferral, you get a dismissal. You'll know exactly how to get one. Now, back up. You must make the request of the judge. You can't just assume that I will offer it. It's not an offer from the court. It's a request by a person. And there's a long-winded legal reason for that I'm not going to take time to explain right now. But here's how it works. Guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. That's how you ask. And then the judge in a Class C court can say no or yes. If no, we're done. The judge accepts your plea and finds you guilty. If yes, the judge says, here's what I would impose. And if you say, I don't want to do that, then we go back to it's a no. So that's how deferreds work. And then if it's a yes and you accept the terms and conditions, I need a signature. I will sign too. And I will bind myself to sign a dismissal. If I say that you have to do these things and you do them, then I'm going to sign a dismissal and you'll have that promise in writing. So the trick on the deferral is you must make the request. Okay. Then the fourth one is teen court. If you have teen court, then what we're doing at that point is I'm looking at your school. I'm looking at, setting you for a setting for probably a live proceeding over at Temple High School. We do that there. And you'll have a jury of teens issue the sentence instead of the judge. And you'll work with a case manager to get to that dismissal as well. You save money. I'm less likely to see a person who completes teen court ever again in my court. So I heavily favor that option if you are a high school student or a middle school student, or if you're a GED or homeschool student heading to a diploma. Okay. So I'll be looking for those and trying to urge you to consider it because it's very successful. Okay. Just a couple of questions. I have a few folks I couldn't identify. Let me start with Eugene Rossoff. Can you unmute and let me know who you are?
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Hi, I'm Juanito Williams.
Can you spell the last name? I apologize.
WILLIAMS.
I found you. Yes, thank you.
I'm just using a friend Zoom because
That's fine. It happens. I'm going to change the name, but it won't be permanent. When you log out, it'll go back to what it was. Okay. But I just don't want to lose track of you, Mr. Williams. Thanks for letting me know. And then there was a person named iPhone, and obviously I don't know who that is. Can you tell me your name, sir? You've got to unmute. What is your name?
My name,
On the iPhone. Yeah, what's your name?
my name,
Yes,
Robert Hernandez.
Robert Hernandez. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to change the name for this meeting. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. And then there was a person whose name Usario de Zoom, which I know is just about the Zoom meeting, but can you unmute and tell me your name? No, Mr. Sessions, not you. I have your name. Yes, tell me your name.
Hello,
Yeah, I don't know who you are.
Angel.
Angel Dominguez Peralta.
Yes,
Okay. Can you get on screen?
no English.
Okay, you're gonna have to come into the court. If I can't see you or talk to you, I can't do it online. So can you come in on the 24th of October? I'm still gonna put in there. It's too far. You need to come by the court today. Come to the court. The 10th is a Tuesday, and I really need him physically here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Dominguez Peralta?
Yes.
Yes, debes acudir al juzgado el día 5 a las
Doing the whole
9 de la mañana.
I thought it was just gonna
Okay.
be. I gotta wait on shit.
Okay,
You're pretty
someone's gonna have to call you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're gonna have to have the translator person call. Yeah, he has to come in. There's no way to, if I can't see him. Mr. Jenkins, we'll be with you shortly. Folks, I'm leaving people muted for a reason and just begging your patience with that, but it just doesn't work for everybody to unmute and start talking. No one will be able to hear anyone else. Let me move forward. Marisol Zuniga, can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you able to? Thank you. Okay, it helps to be on screen. 50% or more of communication is visual. So listen, I reviewed your file, okay? And again, I'm Judge Person, and you are actually qualified for what is called a first offender program that we have. This is a theft under $100. The fines and costs are $296 if you paid it. If you just paid it, it would go on your record. But if you do the first offender program successfully, it will keep you from having a conviction on your record. And
Okay.
that's important because this type of offense really can affect jobs. I see from your note to me that you understand that. So we're on the same page.
Yes.
I think that this is a good opportunity right now for you to learn the most from this. And, you know, I won't see you again, except around town. You can wave to me. So what I would say, Ms. Zuniga, is we'll need to get you to sign today for it. I can do that through email, or I can do that here at the building at your convenience
ma'am.
sometime today, but I need to do it today. And the way that that will work when you sign up for it is it will reset your case for 30 days. That's November 2nd. And
Mhm.
on or before that day, if you take a theft intervention class, then and bring it to the court, and we'll give you a list of possible places that you can start with. If you bring that theft intervention class to the court completed, so you'll finish it, you'll get a certificate of completion, you'll bring it to the court, to the clerk on or before your next date. And I will then sign a dismissal, and you won't pay the $296, and you will not have a conviction on your record.
Okay.
Do you agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what time can you be here today?
I can come in around 11.
That'll be great. We will have everything ready for you at the clerk's window, and you'll just read through it, you'll sign. It should be everything you need to successfully complete everything. You don't have to wait until November 2nd. If you got it done this weekend and turned it in next week, I would go ahead and sign that dismissal, okay?
Okay.
But if you're not done, or you still have questions or concerns, or if your certificate has not been turned in, you'll need to be in court on the 2nd of November, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we will see you around 11 at the clerk's window. Once you get here, it'll probably just take you about 5 minutes, and you'll leave with everything in hand that you need in order to successfully finish, okay?
Okay. So much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, Mr. Mattson, I know that you and Attorney Winters were talking about the Evans case. Can we get an update from you both?
Yes, Judge, if we could reset it to that November 2nd date. Mr. Winters and I have some terms on the table that will hopefully resolve it by then. But
Okay,
if not, then we can come in person.
okay, let's see. That is a date that should be, let me double check. November 2nd, yeah, is a live date here in the court. And that'll work fine. So I will plan to either resolve it before then and fully complete it, or see y'all here. Any questions, Attorney Winters?
Nothing. Thank you very much, Judge.
You're good to withdraw without further request.
All right. Thank you. Have a great day.
You too, sir. Mr. Matson, I know that Mr. Jenkins, I believe, let me double check. Yeah, is waiting and he's at work, but my understanding is he's gonna stop working and come on into that meeting. Hold on, Mr. Jenkins.
Yes,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hi,
you
I'm fine. While I don't mind that you're at work now, can you focus it's your time to go into that meeting? Can you step into a place where you can be,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I was waiting.
Okay, perfect. I didn't know I was talking to you and you were waving your hands at someone. So I just was confirming. Okay, I'm moving you over to that meeting with the prosecutor.
All right.
Okay, and then I would like to talk to Valeria Yardado.
Hi, yes, ma'am.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Let's see, you are a student at Temple High School,
Yes, ma'am.
and this is a red light charge, and it's, I'm so sorry, what is your age at this time?
I'm 17.
Okay, and so you qualify for teen court.
Yes.
We do that at the high school. And
Okay.
our next meeting is, let me look. October 25th. And this is one of those cases. And the way that this would work is you would come by today to the court. You'll sit with a case manager and they'll just ask some questions and get some information from you. There's also a $20 teen court fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll have a trial. You'll have a group of young people. You may or may not know any of them. It won't be your best friend prosecuting you or anything like that. But actually what I've found is that young people do better talking to other young people, and I just kind of moderate. And it is a trial, but it's a sentencing hearing, and there'll be a jury, a group of peers, they'll listen to your case. There'll be a person representing you. There'll be a person opposed, and one will be asking for the minimum probably for you, and the other might be pushing for the maximum. They often do. And that jury will hear everything you have to say about this case. And a lot of it comes down to, responsibility taking and things like that.
Yeah.
And then, once we get word back from them about what your sentence should look like, you'll sit down with a case manager and develop a plan to successfully complete it. So really the commitment is to come today for probably 15 minutes and then to come to that trial. It will start at 3:30. Is that right?
Yes.
We'll begin that process at 3:30. We don't leave till we're done with all the cases. We're normally done by about 5:30 or 6. And then you come back and you're a juror the next time, and then you're done.
Okay.
And there might be a class in between there that you take. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what time can you come by today?
I can come by right now if that's possible.
Yes, she's available. So we'll see you before around 10.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When you get here, just say I need the juvenile case manager or the JCM. Her name is Tracy.
Okay.
Her name is
Tracy.
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 Yeah, she'll be here waiting for you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so all the other folks are actually waiting for the prosecutor. And so I'm just gonna sit here and sign papers and things like that. Okay, but we're all just gonna sit tight. Okay, so it's now doing it again. It's still doing that. And I'm just gonna have to talk to Sean after court because I don't know what effect it would have on the meeting if she took control of my computer. Thank you. Okay, I sent her a note, so.
Oh, you sent Tristan.
No, I sent Sean a note because I can't believe.
That one, I'm gonna have to take in.
No, I've done it. I've done it.
I can't figure out how to get,
It's a,
because there's the ink thing that needs to pop out,
Mhm.
but I can't get it out.
it's these.
And I don't want to break it.
There. Oh,
See, it doesn't pop out on the other side.
it sure doesn't.
So that's why I was gonna take it in
What a bizarre thing to give us.
and tell them, hey,
It's weird because when you can feel it click and catch, right?
yeah. So I was gonna take it in today. You're done.
What a stupid thing to give us. It's the one I like the most though.
That's our newer one too.
Yeah. Sure people love to hear this.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to break it.
No.
I'm gonna make it work. That's an oxymoron, isn't it? Okay, well, thanks for letting me know.
Yeah, so it's.
I think I'll just do a little housekeeping while I'm sitting here. Mr. Matson, great. I'm moving Mr. Jenkins back over. Okay, let's get an update on the Jenkins case. Where are we?
Judge, we'll go ahead and set for the next hearing, but I strongly believe that this case will be resolved before then.
Okay, my next available in-person hearing is here in the court. That's on November 2nd at 9 a.m. And we'll send notice to the email, Mr. Jenkins, that we used for today's meeting. Is that still good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if y'all come to a resolution, just make sure that I have taken it off the docket. If I didn't take it off the docket and you think it's supposed to be, it means we have some confusion and we all need to be here to figure it out. Generally, if everything comes in early enough, I can make that adjustment and get things off the docket. The way to find out is the day before, at the end of the day, around 4, call in, or the next morning at 8:30, call in and check. Otherwise, we have court at 9. So we'll
same-
email. Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, the same courthouse as it started with,
Yep.
the
We
municipal
didn't,
building?
we didn't move.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just being, light about it. But yes, sir, we'll be here. Okay.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You're good to go. You can just hang up.
All right, thank you.
All right. Next person is going to be Brandon Carroll. Mr. Carroll, I think you're here still. Can you unmute and let me know how you're doing?
Yes, I am. I'm still here.
Okay. Is it possible? Do you have a screen? Can you get on screen?
Yeah, I have a camera, but it might be malfunction. We'll see if it'll work.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't work, it's just easier because communication is partially visual for most of us. But if not, we'll do what we can do.
All right, I'll try to get it working.
I'm just going to go ahead and move you over to the meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's not, because now's your turn. Here we go. Let's see. After him, we have Randolph. There we go. Okay, I'm just cleaning up my workspace, folks. It's not too exciting. Sometimes we have, the technology goes down. And I've had these just blank deferral forms. They're basic generic ones. They look like they still work to me. Do you see anything that wouldn't work about that?
No, I can compare it to was used now later.
Okay. It's good just to have some blanks. Move things over for the beginning of the.
Oh, did you check out the room?
No. Is it cool? Can't be more, it can't be less than an improvement, that's for sure. What a mess that was, right?
It looks pretty good. Hand up the chairs.
Oh, yeah, that's right. See if you can get information from her, like what she's like from her. Oh, great. No, I just took some because that's why I usually call that. Let's try these. These are good. Yeah, thank you. I'm not leaving. I'll just be right back. It's here for quite a while. Oh, yeah. Okay, Mr. Matson, good to see you. Mr. Carroll, let me get you moved back over if you're watching. Okay, with Mr. Carroll and Mr. Matson, where are we on the single issue involved here at the court?
Your Honor, I'm going to let Mr. Carroll speak with you.
Okay. Mr. Carroll, what do you need me to know?
So after speaking with him, I'm just trying to seek my options here. If possible.
Were you listening at the beginning of court when I described all the options available?
Yes, ma'am. This is my first time doing this, so I'm still trying to track everything along. From my understanding, my current position, plead no contest, and would like to talk about possibly defensive driving and the situation I was in.
Okay, let's see, okay. It's really a problem with these because the mandatory defensive driving. Okay, does the state have any objection to a driving safety course option here?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, let me check Mr. Carroll on the court costs. Hang on, I've got to tell you about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the court costs are $144. And in order to get into that program, you'd have to pay the $144 and present a current Texas license, or if you're military, we have a different slightly discussion, and your current insurance. Are you a Texas driver?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, I have a Texas license here. And you are not a CDL holder?
No, ma'am.
Okay, and have you been to a driver safety course in the last year, dating back from the date of this ticket back 12 months? So the date of the ticket was September 2nd. Okay, so can you pay the $144 today?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you present that license and insurance today?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and are you local? Are you here in the area?
Yes, I am.
What time can you come to the court?
I can be in by noon.
That'd be fine. Okay, then you're going to sign up for the driver safety course option when you get here. There'll be some pretty quick paperwork, but it'll describe everything. You'll leave with your due date. You will leave with a handout for how to find the proper record and how to find a proper course. Okay. Then you find those courses, the course, and you find the record and get them in. I would suggest that earlier is better. Oftentimes where people get hung up is they wait until the night before, they panic, they try to finish, they can't get it done, and now they're asking for more time, which I don't generally give because it's an 8-hour course and you have 90 days to complete it. So
okay, this is different from the 6-hour course.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about the theft class that we just assigned.
Oh, okay.
It is a 6-hour course and your paperwork will reflect that.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, when you get here, we'll give you a copy of what is called an interim judgment, and it gives you your due dates, and you'll sign off on the process, and we'll have everything here for you. Yes.
Quick question. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Going this route will allow my ticket not to reflect on my record?
As long as you complete it properly, yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay. Thank you. We'll see you
Thank
at
you.
the court. When you get here, it'll probably take you about 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mattson, I'm moving you forward. And actually, your next person is Juanita Williams. And Mr. Juanita Williams, I will move you over to that meeting.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. It's not happening because I can't see it, but I'm just curious. I'm curious. Here is a notepad from 2011.
What is that about?
Actually, kind of, I like the blue paper, but I never use it because it wouldn't scan into our system, right? So my thought was always like, oh, if I just need to write something bigger than a sticky note. And it just so rarely happens that I need to do that. So just saying here. In my desktop. That's good. That's serious crap. It's like 7 billion paper clips. So, Friday, where are we supposed to work?
I'll have to look them up again.
Okay. Joaquin's gonna be hanging out with me. I figured and then it sounded like we have to go pick up the shirts.
I don't know, because some of it said they were gonna have delivered and then.
It said check them out and it didn't say the times and I'm like, check them out. Does that mean we have to turn them back over? That's,
Well, that email from anybody about it.
oh, let me just forward that to you. It just went out to everybody, but.
You just have to go in there and hang your stuff up with walls.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Zero good.
Yeah, I need to. Oh, good, good. Because, well, I know that, I'm really glad that I didn't say that it was for Ryan because they wouldn't have covered it. And it really isn't legitimately because it's supposed to be everybody's room to use off the court. He has an office elsewhere. I don't think he cared at all. Typing away. I'm so glad you got this computer and printer working. Thank you so much.
Oh, no.
moving Juanita Williams back over. We have fingerprints. Give me just one moment. I'm just checking on one thing. Now's the time, yeah. Okay, now where are we on the single charge before the court?
Judge, just to clarify, you did confirm the fingerprints are on file? Okay. Your Honor, after reviewing this case, I don't see that there's enough evidence for it to go forward. So I'm going to file a motion to dismiss.
Okay, is the alleged victim aware of the dismissal?
I can make them aware of that, Your Honor.
Okay. If you would, and then you can send that over this afternoon?
Yes, I will do that.
Okay, I will be inclined to sign it, and if so, Mr. Williams, an email will be sent to you with a copy. If I decide for any reason that that's not something I'm signing at this time, I would notify you in writing of your next court date, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
But generally speaking, when I'm presented with a motion such as that, I'm inclined to sign it, okay?
Okay.
The email that we used today to set your meeting up, can we still communicate with you that way?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions before I let you go?
No, not really.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, Mr. Matson, moving the cases forward, your next person is Cedric Randolph. Cedric Randolph, can you unmute? Are you driving? Are you driving right now? Okay, you need to pull over and we'll take you after. You'll have to call back in. I don't let people drive on the screen. You're not unmuted and you appear to be driving. Okay, now it doesn't look like you're driving. You need to unmute. There's no way we're going to conduct a hearing if you can't do that.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Thank you.
I don't allow people to drive during a Zoom.
No, while y'all was doing it, I was just pulling over to a spot already. No, I was sitting.
I moved him on over. It's a one-way on that. One-way conversation. That's, look. Yeah. Yeah, because he really needs to be communicating with that party. I'm sure that that's an out-of-state person. I personally want to get to a place where we send people a letter and tell them they have a date to communicate with the court. It's whether or not they want to be heard in sentencing. I found it. A while back I told you I couldn't find it. But now I found it. I know what I needed it was. Those. Yeah, these are all the persons, suitcases.
It makes sense to me that way, you know.
Ever since I'm so, look, here's a
You,
gold
you
one.
told me that, yeah. It's funny first.
Just put a little volume on it. Good to go all the way. Without the press guide. Have you seen the movie?
Not yet.
I bought it.
Did you?
Because my cousin wanted to see it. It was like $3 more to buy it. And I thought, I'll watch it again. It's absolutely. Ryan Gosling is so funny. He's hilarious. Why people get upset about it? People just want to get upset about something.
Yeah. It's a freaking movie.
Oh,
It's a freaking movie.
I know. Don't go.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what's funny is that you couldn't go see it in a because it was sold out and it was empty here. So we went. We were the only people there. Pretty nice. This looks more like a desk item, but I've been to use this one. This is harder to get into. This is easy. It's like trash.
No.
I think it's grass. I don't like it. Guess we can see if somebody wants it, right?
No, it's like it's for business cards.
It probably is. Yeah, that would work better. Good thinking. Oh, yay. Okay. Okay, where?
Okay, I unmuted. Look like my video, is my video out too, or?
It's not on, but I think we're okay, Mr.
Yes, ma'am.
Randolph. Let me hear from the prosecutor and then also I will hear from you.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, Mr. Randolph and I have reached agreement on terms of deferral.
Okay,
Those terms are going to be a 120-day deferral period with a 6-hour driver safety course due by day 60. And Mr. Randolph indicated that he can make the payment of the balance in full within the first 30 days.
okay. I can send that over to you, Mr. Randolph, or you
Yes,
can,
ma'am.
or you can come by the court to sign it.
Yeah, I will come by the court. I'm in Temple.
Great. Okay. We'll actually have that ready in about 10 minutes. So you can come
Oh,
by.
that's great. Yes,
What-
ma'am.
What time will you be here?
I'll be there probably about 10:20.
Okay, we will see you then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Okay, Mr. Matson, moving you forward to Roberto Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Moving you over to that meeting.
Okay.
Thank you. Not particularly helpful for that either, though.
The next option is the game. I decided to work on it more. I don't know.
My brother-in-law gave me this. Because he just takes them with him to restaurants now. Just to not be uncomfortable with our chairs. Yeah, because his back hurts all the time. Bless his heart.
Okay, Judge, on here,
Mhm.
let's see.
Oh,
We
yeah.
change the dates is from 4th
Oh, of course.
to here, and then the DSC is due December 5th, not the. Or December 25th.
Yeah. Okay,
And that's a, you know,
holiday.
yeah,
One of those days when we probably won't be here.
exactly.
I don't know anyone who will. Okay. Thank you. Not clear. Just gonna buy myself something for out here. Eyes, things. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go look at that. Oh, actually, I need to stay on the meeting first.
Is that done now?
Well, I think. I need to look at Man's email. There was some kind of deadline for him to appeal. Um, We've got 13 more days. We're just wrapping up online. Yes, it sure is.
Oh, you are.
That's okay.
Yeah, he got changed. Yeah, my cousins don't like what was going on, sister. So they changed to see. They didn't have the power. Something was wrong. Church never gonna have, that. Again, they don't allow, pastors or preachers, and they didn't like that, stuff like that.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, my sister wants to preach. So.
Yeah, it's like a really weird thing to have to know. Still trying to get him to moved over. There we go. Okay, on the Hernandez case, where are we?
Your Honor, if we could get the next court setting, that would be great.
Okay. Can that be, I would prefer that we set that in the courtroom at this time.
I have no objection, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, the court's gonna set that. I want to hear from you, but do you have any objection to coming in October 10th? Here in the court at 9 a.m.? I apologize. Well, live court. Oh, I'm sorry. November 2nd.
Mr. Hernandez, you're on mute.
Right, here we go.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I don't have a problem. It just depends on how I am physically. Like I was telling the attorney, I was contracted with cancer, and I have to go to Dallas Thursday for to meet with some people over there. Under my physical, that's why I say, I was trying to tell him, explain to him. I don't know why Jeff has to come into the picture now. He done wrote the citation and whatever. And the thing is that how can I be at two places at one time? And this is a storage that doesn't have no.
Well, I understand that you disagree. That's why we're scheduling it to come into court here at the court, because if things are contested, we need to start having hearings here in the courtroom and move that case toward a trial until there's either an agreement, a dismissal, or a trial that makes a decision about it. So
Well,
I will go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and the purpose of the court is not to hear the case right now.
Okay, all right.
You've
Problem.
pleaded not guilty, so I know that you
Yes, ma'am.
disagree. So we're moving that case to November 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning here in the courtroom.
Okay,
We emailed you this last setting to an email that you used today to get on.
yes, ma'am.
Can we
Yes,
still,
ma'am.
can we still use that email?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll send a notice to you there, okay?
Do I need to go to the office there to pick up any kind of thing?
No, sir,
Okay,
not
right.
right now.
okay.
We'll see you next month.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Mattson, your last person is Ricky Sessions. Mr. Sessions, can you unmute?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you start your video? Okay, well, I'm gonna move you over to the meeting anyway.
Is it on?
Yes, you're moving over to a meeting with the prosecutor.
Okay.
Anything that's not very old can go. Sometimes, believe it or not, I still don't read these. Like that, so I get kind of overwhelmed by too many things at the time. It's like Jesse Thompson. Got too long.
You get rid of one, you get another one.
Yeah. Yeah, so the court of record. Ordinance is first reading on Thursday. Why review it? I don't even want to think about it. Yes. Still moving. His audio is connecting. There we go. Okay, we have a single case of driving the wrong way on a one-way, and Mr. Matson, if I could hear from you first.
Your Honor, we have reached agreement on terms of deferral. Those terms would be a 120-day period with a 6-hour driver safety course due by day 60. And Mr. Sessions has indicated he can make payment in full within the first 30 days.
Okay. Mr. Sessions, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will approve that deferral agreement. I need for you to sign that. Can you come by the court today? Or
No, ma'am, I'm in Midland.
can I hear that. Can I email this to the email we used for today and have you print it and sign it and email it back?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll probably email that to you within the next 10 or 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then you print it and sign it and email it back, and then it will include the information on how to find a course. And for payment, you can pay online on the court's website with the city, or you can call in to the clerk.
Okay.
And you can always call and ask the clerk questions if you're having trouble with that. Okay.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll email everything to you.
Okay.
Thank you. You have any
No.
questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. We have a hearing in about an hour. We'll see you then.